Hey guys, this is Cindy over at paper.old.new, and I have a funny story for you. So while I tell you this story, I know this said that we are going to be doing flip books, and we are. Well, so I was upstairs editing this video. This video is coming to you a lot later than I was planning on sending it to you because you've already seen part one, and I wanted to get them up relatively close together, but there was a kink in my plan. So I'm up on my computer processing the video, editing it, and lo and behold, there is like footage missing at the end. I go through a little over 30 minutes worth of footage, editing and fixing, and all of a sudden at the end of the video, mid-sentence, it just cut off. So I don't know if I had it paused and forgot to unpause it, or, you know, like that, or I just honestly don't know what happened. So keeping that in mind, without further ado, the rest of this video will be all of what I filmed. And then at the end, you'll see me tack on, I've tacked on an end so that you can see what the flip book actually looks like finished. And what I did apparently off camera. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you've liked these envelope flip books as much as I have. And I will see you on the other side. Hey everybody. I'm back here at paper.old.new with our envelope flip book. Okay, so last time we covered some pages. We learned that one side of the envelope was coverable before we glued it together, but we learned it after I already glued these ones in. I have made some measurements so that we can maybe measure some cardstock and cut it. So obviously the back and front of this envelope are the same unless you do something like this, where I've decided this one is going to be a side tuck. So I've cut off the flaps on this part of the envelope. So this isn't as wide as its counterpart on this side. So the counterpart on this side is going to need a 4-inch piece of cardstock. I don't know if you can actually read that, but this is going to need a 4-inch piece of cardstock. This is going to need a piece of cardstock that's 2 3/8. So I've kind of made some decisions on what we're doing with that. So let's get some cardstock cut and we'll start gluing pieces down and see if we can't get this thing covered. Let's start with our smallest pieces because that'll get the back and front of that done. And then we'll be able to move on from that. I'm going to move that glue out of the way. I'm going to try and see what I can get out of this. I don't know. Is this the right width? No, but I might be able to get this piece off of here. And then I might even be able to get this piece off of here. Is it the same? Yeah, I might be able to get both of the pieces for that little. Let's cut this off just so that it's not in the way. And then what I think I'm going to do is, it's not the right this way, so it's this way. I'm going to mark these. I need them to be 5 1/4. I can actually get quarters on here, so there's 1/4-inch marks on here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 1/4. We'll cut that really quick. I stop burying all my, I mean, I don't even have a lot on my desk and I'm burying stuff. Okay, and then this one 5 1/4. Ooh, I should probably be using the straight side. What do you think? Once again, the math would probably be just really simple to do, but I always like to verify. So there's my 2 pieces. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so these are now wide enough, I hope. See, there's always just a little bit peeking through. Maybe since what we're doing is gluing that down and then just cutting it off the end, I might go ahead and just glue this one down and then I can just cut it. I can just trim it on this side rather than having to try and measure and get it right. I need to refill my glue bottle, guys. This starts to get rather cumbersome after a while because there's so many. And I get it all stretched out and then it's, you know, I just, yeah. Okay. You were behaving just a minute ago. Okay. Just had a little dried up knob in there. All right, and stop collecting in that corner. I don't know what that was all about. Okay, we're going to go just right up along the edge of this so that we glue that down, but without gluing the pocket closed. So for this one, I have slit the end over here. So this will be a pocket out the end. And I want it to go not quite right up against, but close. Just so there's enough room for it to fold comfortably, right? And this is where it's going to open. And it opens all the way down, so we're good. So let's cut this off. And most likely I will put the notch in this side, but I don't want to put my punch through wet glue. So I'm going to hold off punching that. We'll probably end up having to put a couple of notches in, but that's one covered, right? So let's do this one. Make sure I cut it the right way. So this is what I'm looking for. I suppose I could do this same way. I could just glue it down to its flap and then cut it off. Let's use the piece that lines up best. Or the side, rather. Of course, that edge isn't straight, but I might be able to fix that. Oh, my Lord. See, this is why I can't get anything to line up right, because I can't cut a straight line to save my life. Okay, we're just going to do it this way. All right. And if it overhangs the edge of the envelope a little bit, the edge of what I cut, that's okay. This is cardstock. It should be able to hold up okay. And I can always edge it with something. So let's go ahead and put that down. So again, we're just going to glue on the envelope. I need to fill my glue, guys. Actually, I have another one of these 4-ounce bottles that's full, and I keep leaving it upstairs. So what I might do in a second is pause you guys and go get it, so that half of my video time is not us waiting on my glue bottle to settle. I mean, there's literally like an ounce left in here. I have been doing a lot of gluing, guys. I can't wait to show you what I've been gluing. Not the least of which was the green version of this. Okay. Okay, and again, so we have our thing there, and then we just have to cut the end off, right? Without cutting through the bottom edge of the envelope, hopefully. Yeah, and then we have a pocket. Look at us go. We're getting kind of good at this. Maybe. I say as I leave stuff unglued. All right, so we have the center one totally covered. Let's do the back of this one. I think these are top load. So this loads up top up here. And I think, let's see, what do I want to do those in? It's the back of this. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing polka dots, actually. I think I want polka dots on here. So I need that to be 6 3/4. And I'm going to need 2 of them 6 3/4. 6 3/4. Move this so we don't cut it. Okay, 6 3/4 this way. All right, we'll hold on to that. Might use it for something else. Who knows? And we need it to be 4 5/8 the other way. I think we're going to go down here because this has 8. Actually, you know what? I can still do it here. I just line the ruler up on the 8th mark. Okay, so this is 4 1/2. This is 4 5/8, and I have to eyeball straight and hope for the best. Oh, yeah, that's not straight. I can look at that and tell that's not straight. Yeah, that's not even close. Okay. Hopefully it's bigger than it needs to be so that I can trim the end, because I'll go this direction with it. Yes, I made it wider than it needed to be rather than... And where is this pocket opening? This is the top pockets? No, what is this one? Oh, this is this end. Okay, so we're good here. Let's glue this down. Look, I'll pop this little bead of glue and we'll use it. Sorry, guys. You know me, it's like walking and chewing gum, gluing and talking. So this is the first time I've done anything themed by color, but it seemed easy because this pad, what's left over of this pad, it groups by color, so what the heck. Let's see where we are. Okay, well, I mean, it's not overhanging a lot. I don't think I made it overhang at all. I mean, you can tell it's crooked, and I might be able to trim a little bit off of here. But again, I don't want to cut the envelope, and the problem is when I go to fold it open, it bumps right up against the cover piece. I mean, it's not bad. It's not causing it to not open. It's just... Okay, but I like the way that looks. So you have the layers are, of course, there'll be pages in between, but the layers are the flowers, and then you have this purple, and then you have the polka dots behind. So I like the way that layers. And the pages in between here will be the size of this envelope, and the pages in between here will be the size of this envelope. So you'll still be able to see, give or take, you'll still be able to see some of that outside stuff. Okay, so let's do another one. This is I made this one top load, so I cut it free at the top. So yeah, it's got a little bit of, it's got this, but when I glue the piece down here, it'll catch that and it'll glue down. So that'll be fine. I'm not that worried about it. So we're going to do this piece, which again is the same size as the one we just put on. So we just have to cut off another 4 5/8 piece. So what I might do this time is, let's mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 and 5/8 here. We'll mark it. And then we'll flip it over and mark 4 and 5/8 on the other side, except for the fact that, how am I supposed to do that? Yeah. $16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, I don't need to mark it again. What I need to do is just line that up with a spot. Line that up on a line. Make the card straight. And then cut on that line. That's how I used to do these. When I needed an odd length an odd measurement that I couldn't easily measure on the mat. Okay. And there's that card. Now this one's going to lay on here. So we're going to glue that down to there. I think, did I not? I feel like now it's too high. Like it's hanging over on the side over here. Which is fine. Again, we can trim it, but see, this is the problem with covering it after they're on. Your measurements, I mean, you measure as best you can, but then when you go to measure again to get the piece, it doesn't always come out exactly the size of the envelope. I mean, you would think 4 and 5/8 would be 4 and 5/8, but sometimes. Eventually this is going to run out on me and force me to go get my other glue bottle. I mean, just... Yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to trim that top side. Make sure this folds this way. Yes, it does. Okay, and it opens out that way. Yes, it does. Okay, and we need to trim a little bit off of here. I'm always worried, like I said, guys, I'm always worried I'm going to cut something I'm not supposed to, like the envelope. Although on this top side, I think the reason I did it was because on the top side, that's supposed to be open. So if I accidentally cut a little bit off of there, it's not a huge deal. Okay, so there we have that layered the way we wanted it to. Okay, now we're still missing this piece. And I think I'm going to use the same thing I did on the cover. I think we're going to use this. Wait, are there any more of this left? What are my scraps? Flowers and the other purple. I think we're going to use this purple. So I'm going to need, again, 5 11/16 by 4 3/8. I need 2 of them. Doesn't really matter. It might be easier to see the marks on this side, though. All right, so this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do it with the ruler because I don't have 16th marks on the mat. So 5 11/16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8/16, 9, 10, 11, right there. 11/16. Okay, now we just want to line that up on a line, like so, and cut it. That goes off to the side. This is our page. Now we need this to be 4 3/8. Sorry, guys. My basement's a little dusty and it gives me the sniffles. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right. We'll get both pieces measured and cut, and then we'll glue them to the thing. And hopefully we will get everything glued and punched and ready to go. And then the next time I see you guys with this thing, it'll be to, like maybe we'll add pages, but I'll have picked all this, I'll pick stuff out so that you're not, but this is kind of gives you an idea of how I thought this might be, how this might go together. Obviously I'm a measuring type. A lot of people might not be. But the way this goes together, using the flaps as the connectors, you're going to have to, there's going to be parts where you're going to have to cover the envelope after it's on the booklet. So it's hard to get away from having to measure some of this, but I mean, I'm sure that necessity is the mother of invention, so they say. So I'm sure people would figure out, if they really, really hate to measure, I'm sure there's people out there who would figure out a way to do this without measuring it. I suppose if you wanted torn edges, you could just lay it on the envelope and tear it. I mean, I suppose that would work. So there's always that idea. Okay, and this goes on here, and it is a little over on this side, so we'll end up trimming that. It's funny how I get so much hangover. Huh. Okay, guys, hold on just a second. I'm going to go get my other glue bottle. Sorry, guys, I went and got my other glue bottle. I've added glue to this. We're going to stick this piece down, do the other piece. I think we got it pretty good there, but we're going to need to trim it up back here. Okay, there we go. Now that one opens, how did I have that one opening? That one opens this way. Okay, so see, we have that there, and then this top opens, so we have that there. All right, so let's do the other side of this one. Again, how did I have this one? This is a top open, so I've got 2 top opens in a row, but that's okay, I think. Don't I? Or maybe I don't. How do I have this one opening? Oh no, I have a side open and a top open. We're covering the back of that top open. Oh my gosh, guys. It's been a day. By the way, I am filming this. It is Mother's Day, so happy Mommy's Day to all the moms out there. By the time you see this, it will probably be quite a bit later than... It'll be a belated Mother's Day. Because, like I said, it's Mother's Day right now. But by the time you see this, it will definitely not be. All right. So we're getting there, guys. I mean, this is coming together pretty good. I really like the way these turn out. I'm really, ever since I did that one over at Shabby Dabby Doo-Dah that Tina did, the accordion book where she was doing the, I think I mentioned this in part 1 of the envelope journal thing here. Ever since she did that, I've been like, these accordion books, folding things, putting things together and making them flip back and forth and fold and tucking pages in. That the idea is very appealing to me. I like it. So this one is back here and this one is up here. So both of these are going to need to be 6 and 11/16 and 4 and 5/8. So we need to decide what we're covering. Actually, what I need to do is decide what I'm covering the inside of the cover with and how we're doing it. And then that will determine what I put on the inside of here. Let me see how much of this flower stuff I have. Can I get 2 of these out of this? I might do the flowers in here. Maybe? Ooh, maybe not. I don't know if I've got enough. Oh, maybe if I go this way, I've got enough. Okay, so I'm going to measure off I'm going to measure off 4. Get my pencil. Four and 5/8. Scoot it to a line. Cut it off. And then I can go the other way to get the 6. Because I definitely have more than 6 going the other direction. Hopefully I have 6 3/4. I think I have exactly 6 3/4. Okay, let's get this one down. I was going to use this on the back of the inside of the cover, but I honestly don't think I had enough. And as it stands right now, I might put this one on this side just because where it's short is at the top, and this one got cut at the top to make the opening. So, all right, and it looks like we might trim some off the back. We might not. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so for this one, we're going to put glue all over the envelope back. And then there's a little sliver here, but all we're going to do is glue down along the fold to catch the pocket. And then hopefully that will keep it open. And we still need to give a little bit of room for folding. We don't want to interfere with its ability to fold. Okay. Okay, so as I said in the introduction that I added to the front, here is the finished book. So this was our purple envelope flip book. So when you open it at the middle, excuse me, when you open it at the middle, this is what it looks like. It flips open. There's a pocket here and a pocket here. These are both open at the top, which I believe I put punches here and here. Okay, and then when you open these out, this one opens here and this one opens at the top. And as you can see, I finished laying the flower paper down. That's about where the video cut out. So I finished laying the flower paper down and I added this striped version of this paper to the middle. So, and then of course you have this wide swath where I've cut off the pieces of the envelope that came up to the top that you would tuck stuff into. You know how envelopes are normally V-shaped. These were V-shaped envelopes. So I cut these flaps off. And this white space I just stenciled with distress ink, purple distress ink. So that's how I ended up finishing this off, was making these side tucks. And as you can see, we've punched notches in either side. And there you have it. It's a finished book. Well, it's finished in the respect that all of the framework is pretty much done. Now the only thing left to do is decide about pages and all of that sort of thing. When I get some signatures together and I start decorating it, maybe I'll come on while I'm decorating and you guys can see how it's going. Or maybe I'll just wait till the end and you can see it when it's done. But thanks for following along with me through these two parts. I'm sorry about the mix-up with this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.